Hello everyone and thanks for hanging out with me. This is the Let's Talk EV talk on Sunday, usually at 7:15. I see dirt on my lens. Can I get this somehow? Oh, it's not dirt, it's just fluff or dust. That's fine. I hope you're all doing good. I'm well. As always on Sunday we have a little talk live stream, so people are here already. There were 22 people here, they already left. They're so right. As always, please like, subscribe, blah blah blah, channel membership, Patreon support, and so on. You know the stuff. Topic today will be my visit of the Volkswagen headquarters in Wolfsburg that I did on Friday. Drove there on Thursday. It's gonna be a big story. Hello, who's here? G is here, Kevin is here. Andre, do I say that right? I'm horrible. Dirty glasses as well. And what we do is we talk a bit about news, just very shortly, and then topics that you come up with and topics that I come up with. But let's go into here. Yeah, another story. You like stories, don't ya? First, the news. Polestar 2 standard range gets a bigger battery from 64 kilowatt hours to 69, I thought. Where is it? Where is the second one? Yeah, 69. There it is. From 64 to 69 kilowatt hours. We need that. Tesla is said that they will have the opening of the factory near Berlin on March 22nd, and the first Model Ys will be delivered then, and then it's they're gonna start production very shortly. Volkswagen has also said that they will build the Trinity factory in Wolfsburg. What is Trinity? Trinity is the new project of Volkswagen for the new electric cars. So after MEB has run out, there will be a few more MEB platform cars. There will be bus, of course. ID.5 is coming right around the corner, and then the space vision thing, the you know, the longing. How do you call them? MG5 is one. I don't know what you call them. This is gonna come, but then afterwards it will be Trinity, a new platform, new everything, and there's a special task force of Volkswagen only thinking concepts about that, so that's cool. Tesla is increasing the supercharger prices from 45 cents to, what is this, to 48 cents. I don't need to see that. 48 cents in Germany, which I think is totally okay. There's still amazing price because other estate car variant, thank you, want more money for that. So that's really okay. Nothing changed at Ionity. I looked, nothing started, new building, nothing finished in the last week. It's still all the same. Still nothing here in Spain, nothing here in Italy. I still would like one around here. I would like that. The distance is a bit bad for me. Yeah, so I can show you where I went the other day. So Possa, well, I went to Munich airport, so there's nothing here that here this direction, and then I went up here, Ingolstadt, Nürnberg, Himmelkron, up here A9, Leipzig, and then here to west, up here Magdeburg, and then here left Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg has 5 Ionities. I didn't charge there. Well, not at Ionity, I charged AC a lot there. Wasn't for free. At the factory of Volkswagen with a WeCharge card, it wasn't expensive, but it wasn't for free. Yeah, I'm mad. No, I'm not. That was the news. Nothing going on as usual. But I'm not a news channel, that's not my thing. You know what it is. The BMW i440 is cheaper than a Model 3 here in Canada. I'm going to test drive one on Tuesday. You should do that. The i440 I haven't driven an i4 yet. I asked BMW, but they didn't say anything. I have to contact them again and see if there's anything going on that I can get a car. The one in Passau, the dealership, doesn't give me one. It looks like it. Too bad, but that's how it is. It's fine. You have to drive both and then see what is your. Did you see a new Lucid's video? No, I have not. I'm not following the cars too much, the Lucid Air, since we don't have them here at all. Will be a long time. Same with Rivian or even the Ford, the F-150 will still be a long time. Drive them both. Maybe the i4 is more for you because of steering and handling and whatever. And maybe Model 3 is more for you because of charging and consumption, because they're just really good consumption. Okay, but it's story time. I was in Wolfsburg at the headquarters of Volkswagen with an event. Embargo is till the 21st, so tomorrow in a week. Then I can tell you what it was about. Again, it's not hard to figure out what's coming up soon. I mean, the bus was just around the corner. Bus is over, so what's coming next? So you know what is it about. I tried to ask them a lot of questions, but they didn't know too much that I wanted. So I have to ask them this week again. Maybe someone else can answer that, because I want to present that next week. I filmed a video on the way there and back, but a different one. Was not so much about the ID3 and charging and consumption or whatever. It was more about how it is to drive 650. One day it was even 800 kilometers and then 650 kilometers back. How that is when you have two dogs with you, because I had our two dogs with me there. So I walked every time when I was charging, and then stayed overnight with them at a hotel, and then next morning I had to leave them in the car, which was horrible. This is just the overview now, and then we went home. Event was okay. I could drive with a car and test the thing that's coming, and it's good. But we're all waiting so that it will become more of a mess thing for all of us. Now you know what it is. Yeah, it was okay. It was a lot of talking and presentation, and then the drive was interesting. The presentation, everything. ID cars need dog mode. Well, they have to keep the climate on, and my windows in the back are tinted, so nobody sees that there are dogs inside, so that's fine. I don't need the dog mode. I'm okay with it. But hello, Mike. I always have to call out my wonderful channel members and my Patreons. Too bad the Patreons cannot be seen in the same color and whatever as channel members are. So channel membership, you always get stuff behind the scene, photographs and info. That's always nice. We're a nice pool of people, 57 people, I think. I think so. I forgot. I think so. I was beaten to death with the 2 days. So what did I do this week? The whole story. It's story time. It's a bit warm, even though 20.6 degrees. That's too warm. Heater off. We need storytelling music. No, we don't. I didn't know if I would be going at all to Wolfsburg, because it was originally the event was planned for February 24th, which would have been bad, because Cindy and I had tickets to Avatar, that's a metal band from Sweden, and that we wanted to see in Vienna and in Munich. Would be on the 24th in Vienna and the 26th in Munich. 3 hours of storytelling music, you know. That's true, in February, and then it would have been bad. But then the European tour was cancelled, so I would have been free to go. But then Volkswagen moved the event 2 weeks later to March 11th. And then it turned out that Avatar is still playing 3 concerts in Sweden, their home country, in Göteborg, Stockholm and Malmö. And Cindy was, no, I have to go, I have to see that. I don't know if I will see them. What if they break up this year? Because our concert in Munich and Vienna was postponed to next year in March. Who knows what's happening in a year? So she said, I have to go. Okay, how do we do this? You go on the Thursday, the 10th. How do I get to Wolfsburg? So first I was invited to Wolfsburg on the 10th, so I would have to go on the 9th. And I said, can I, the event was on 2 days, the same thing, just on 2 days. Can I go on the second day? Is that okay? And they looked around and yes, it's okay, you can come on the second day. Okay, woohoo. Okay, so how do we do that? So the plan was, this is how we executed this. I bring Cindy in the morning to the airport in Munich. We bring the dogs with us, and then I drive with the dogs to Wolfsburg. Then the only problem was, what do I do during the event? Hotel was booked. I had to book the hotel because it had to be a hotel where dogs are okay, and I have to pay for them myself, of course. It costs 10 euros per dog per night, which I think is, what the hell? You vacuum anyways, but it's fine. That's how it is with hotels. They think that they make a mess or whatever, but they didn't. I don't think they had to clean any other different way. Who cares? But the only problem was, what do I do during the event? The event should be 4 to 5 hours. What do I do with our dogs in between? And then the only 2 ways would be in the hotel or in the car. And I asked about the hotel, and the hotel says no, because we're closing over the weekend. So that was out. Then I could take a different hotel and book another night, because checkout is at 11, but the event is from 10 to 3. So that didn't work. Or I pay a lot for a night that I'm not staying. Or the other thing was, leave them in the car, but then park as close as possible to the event, to check on them a few times. And I asked Volkswagen if this is okay, and they said you cannot go with the car on the factory thing, but you can visit them. We have a shuttle driving around anyways, that brings people to the location and then back. What if we bring you to the dogs during the event? And I said, yeah, that's cool, it's so nice. Thank you. So it was settled, we're gonna do this. So the day of the event is coming. When Cindy is flying to Stockholm, my new Ioniq 5 is sitting in a local dealer showroom, test driving very soon. That's nice. That's nice. Go enjoy it. Ioniq 5 rules. On Thursday, so I worked till Wednesday. I had Thursday off, and Friday I don't work anymore. That's changed since March, so cool. I drove Cindy. We got up at 5. We started driving at 6:15. We drove to Hey Marty. We drove to Munich airport. I let her out. I didn't even go in, but to the Munich airport, 1.5 hours, 140 kilometers or so, and I drove my 130, and it's winter, so I arrived with 40% or 35%, something like this. And then from that moment on, it's 700 kilometers or so to Wolfsburg. And we drove on, and I thought I'd make a little video about that, like I said before, but more about how it is to travel with the dogs, not what ID3 is like, and charging stop. You drove to Hey Marty. Is this a new town? Yeah, that is. So Munich airport, and then I went on, and then it's a different direction that I usually would take. Normally I go from Regensburg, Nürnberg, and then on, but this time I was in Munich, so it's Ingolstadt and then Nürnberg. So I was on a highway that I never was before. Charged in, where the hell, they had 120 people here, I doubt that. Charged the first time at an Ionity, no, first in an Aral Puls. What is it, Allershausen or something? I don't know. Then went to an Aldi, got something to eat for the drive. I had the cooling box, so the cooler with me. That was in the trunk and in the 12-volt outlet. At home, it was in the normal Shuku socket. It's Marty Town. Isn't the cooling in ID3 shut down after like half an hour? It does, but that's where I'm getting to. So I drove on, and then I think the rest was all Ionity. I charged Ionity Köchinger Forst, which was so cool. They had even a little dog park there, a fenced-in area where you can leave the dogs without leash and play with them and so. But I didn't. I wanted them to walk, to move, and not sniff around the whole time and everything. Hi Chris, long time viewer of the channel, but first time poster here. It's great. It's like in a radio station. Long time listener, first time caller. Question about ID Bus Premier. Did Volkswagen mention any vehicle to load capacity like Kia EV6? No, with 3.0 software should only come a vehicle to grid, so for the house to load is not planned yet, but maybe it's coming. Can't watch while driving. Come on, you don't have to see. You know how I look like. Isn't there everybody works on Sunday? It's where everybody works on Sunday. Stop interrupting him. The story will not end till Thursday. And that's how it goes. So I went Köchinger Forst, charged there, then went on to, where did I charge next? It was Himmelkron. I charged way too long because I walked the dog and to feed them, and Wesley needs eye drops and stuff, and I had to eat and stuff. So I charged, I don't know, 85% or so. I would never do that, but I was at 75 or so, and then I looked, and then I could make the next Ionity if I charged a bit more, and I wasn't in a rush. I wanted to go very comfortably and no stress there, and try to be cool and relaxed and everything. But I noticed that, why is this not in the middle? It looks weird. I drove 130 kilometers an hour, not the 140 that I usually do, and so it was then Himmelkron, and every time, like I said, I stopped charging. I charged too long, and I walked the puppies, and it worked really nice. They were okay with it. I used a better route planner again on the way there, and it worked really well. In the beginning it showed me a few chargers that were a bit weird. And there's one thing with a better route planner, you can tell it how many stalls a charger should have, but the problem with the number of stalls, it doesn't look if it's all CCS. So if there's a charger with CCS and CHAdeMO, and there are 2 of those, then it says there are 4 stalls, but what you can use is only 2. Or the same with Aral Puls, which has a high power charger and a 50 kilowatt charger, and for a better route planner, that's 2, even though you want the high power charger, and I want 4 of them. So if it's occupied and one is broken, I can still charge that. But better route planner is not perfect yet, but it's getting better and better. Oh my god, hello from France. Can you start from the beginning again? I missed, hahaha. Now we have been here 17 hours already with the story. That's also true. Sorry, maybe I missed it. Did Volkswagen give a deploy date for 3.0 software? No, I don't know that yet. And so we, like I said, drove on, all Ionity, Himmelkron, then Nempitz in Leipzig. The same chargers except for the first one, as I would go from home. And then in Magdeburg I went to Aldi again. That's a grocery store, but then for the northern part, that's a hobo thing in Aldi Nord. And bought something to eat in the evening. And then went on to Wolfsburg, found the hotel, was totally fine. I arrived at 4 p.m. So from 6:15 in the morning till I arrived there was almost 10 hours because, again, I took more time. I didn't drive fast. Traffic was pretty okay. In Wolfsburg, it's very busy around that area, and around Leipzig, it was a bit busy, but no traffic jam or anything. The new book of Chris stories will be coming out soon, as long as War and Peace. Sure, it's as interesting. And oh my God, what's happening next? The traffic was really okay for a Thursday afternoon. Arrived at 4 at the hotel. Charger there was for free. I plugged in and charged to 100% overnight. There were 2 chargers, and at night at some point I saw that there was a plug-in hybrid also charging, and on the other side was a Tesla Model 3. He wasn't charging, and I was done at some point. I could have moved, but this was during the night and I didn't get up and move it. And I needed it in the morning to preheat and everything, but that's all fine. 80 people here, only 28 likes. As I always say, shame on you. 76 people, because I said it. They're now running away. This is story time. Story time of me going to Volkswagen in Wolfsburg. My car will be at the repair shop till the end of the month. I guess there's no chance that 2.4 will be rolled out soon enough so they could install that too. I know when it's coming. What is the end of the month? No. I'm sorry. No, it won't be coming this month. This is all I can say. Go fall asleep. So why are you here when you're falling asleep? So I arrived, like I said, the 10 hours, it took that long because I was taking my time. I walked the dogs longer, I charged longer, and I was filming a bit. This also took time. So if I would be driving by myself and just charging as much as I need and drove with 140, I would have been there in 7 hours, 10 minutes. And then with the drive to Munich, which takes 1.5 hours, let's say 8.5, maybe 15 minutes more. Excuse me, you were at the Volkswagen event and don't know when 3.0 is coming? That's surprising. Was hoping you'd say you can't say anything. No, they didn't say. Maybe they said and I didn't see it because I don't know what the event was about. Yeah, of course you know what it's about, but no, I don't know. Exactly, they didn't say that. Where were we? Hi, Groam. Always nice to see women here. Yes, so like I said, he didn't ask for me. I asked for you. Also no date or anything. It just that it should come, but nobody could tell me when exactly. We're working on it, blah blah blah. Chris went to the event and told a story and fell asleep. I was just there and didn't do anything. No, but yes. So went to the hotel, checked in, brought everything up, brought the dogs up. And of course I got a single room. It's just me. And I thought it's fine. But the room was so small, no shower, not that I needed it, but a tiny little bed. It was, oh my God. That's not a bed. And I went down, and Volkswagen is paying for the room. So I asked how much more is a double room so I can fit with the dogs, and it was 50 euros more. And I was like, what? Okay, but it's fine. They're gonna pay for it, and I would never sleep with that tiny bed. The hotel was very close to where I had to go, 1.5 kilometers away or so. Room not big enough to swing a dog. No, the room wasn't the problem. It was more the bed. How would I sleep and then have a dog here and a dog here, and then they move and I move, and No. And then I got the double room and it was fine. It was big enough. And rumors 3.0 is skipped and you have to wait for 3.1. No, 3.0 is coming. 3.1, as we know, Volkswagen won't be this year. I'm sorry. We learned that in the last year, huh? No update since June, since 2.3. It's now March. When will it come? I don't even know if it will come in April. Maybe it's May and it's really almost a year. Yeah. They're taking their time with the decision making. Stop making decisions, just bring it out. No, 3.0 is skipped and it will be 4.0. Yeah, I'm not worrying about the software for the ID.4 because the cars aren't even coming to Canada. Or now get a 2023 model. Yeah, that's true. In 2024. USA had 0 updates. Yeah, that's crap. That's total crap. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. What software version do you have on there in the States? 2.1 or 2.3? Nobody's saying anything? It takes 10 seconds. 2.1. Yeah, 2.3 would be nice. Volkswagen promised updates every 12 weeks. They give them every 12 months, so almost the same. Yeah, this is something that that we do. Me as well. I'm at fault the same way. So the only person that set the time of updates was Herbert Diess, the CEO. He said it once, and he said it, we are working to get updates out. We are planning and working to get updates out every 12 weeks. It didn't say this was from the beginning. It didn't say this is a promise or whatever. But I'm the same. I heard that, oh, every 12 weeks. So this update was in March, the next must be in June, and the next one must be in September. And then it's not coming. And that's why we're, or more than once, it doesn't matter, but come on, it wasn't okay from the start. You get updates every 3 weeks. Tesla can get the double figures in updates while Volkswagen can't even get out one. It's totally true. Diess in this summer on his recent AMA. He said it last year too. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the target, but for now, nah, this will be a while. Okay, back to Wolfsburg. So we went in a big room. We went in the evening, went out to walk short distance and went back. Wolfsburg is not a beautiful city, not very good. It's just Volkswagen, the big factory. It's really a city. It's called Car City, Autostadt, and it is like this. Then we went in, and like I said, I got up at 5, drove 10 hours, and then I think at 9 or so I just fell asleep, crazy tired. In between I was talking to Cindy because she was flying. Did she arrive? Did she get to the bus that's taking her into the city? Did she find her hotel? Did she find everything? Wolfsburg is a commercial city where nobody lives, just work there. That's totally true. But it was always interaction, and she's sending me pictures, I'm sending her pictures. Everything is fine there, everything is fine here. So that was nice to see. But at 9, I was just, and halfway I noticed that I had gotten a headache. And it got worse, and I was just there and was like, oh God, and I have to go back 7 hours tomorrow. And then 5 hours, the dogs are in the car alone, where I will check on them, but I felt sorry for them. It's not nice. Did you like the concert? Yeah, we're coming to that. Then it should be called Wolfsburg. It's true. Wolfsburg. And yes, so I fell asleep at 9, woke up at many times. It was way too warm in the room, but I couldn't open the window because there was a road right out there, and it was very loud, and there was a bright light, street light there as well. And so Cindy and I are the same when we sleep. We're total divas. We like it dark, quiet, and cold. So around 18 to 19 degrees, not warmer. We can't sleep. Really quiet and as dark as possible. And I didn't have those three things. It was loud with the road, it was bright because the curtains didn't close fully, and it was way too warm in there. So I woke up every hour and turned around and had horrible sleep, and then got up at 4. What you do, of course. Got up at 4, walked the dogs for first both for 20 minutes, and then her, because she's not even 2, or she's 2, sorry. Because she's 2, she's almost 2 years here. Walked her for another 40 minutes, then relaxed a bit. Then at 6 was breakfast. The breakfast was 15 euros extra. Again, Volkswagen is paying, but still 15 euros for, it was a good coffee, but then for me being vegan, there was not a lot there, and they provided a plate with vegan cheese and vegan sausage, and that was it. But for 15 euros, that's pricey. What is it? Good morning, it's Monday now. We are all halfway through the story. I tell you that the problem is I also work for a German multinational. The reason Volkswagen takes so long to send an update, Germans overanalyze everything. That's totally true, Maxtra. That's totally true. That is, they have to decide with 20 people what to put in and when to do it and how to do it and blah, blah, blah. They just don't, the code written for the update, I'm sure, was done in September or October. But then, why are all Chris stories 6 hours long? Because it's fun. Because I'm very detailed. That's also my thing. And they just take so long to decide what to do and how to do it. And then every little department, marketing and whatever, has to look over it. They have to have stuff happening. And just send out the update and say, this is what's new, done. It's not, for them it's such a big deal. For us it's important, but for us it's more important that we get it early than they do a big thing, because he also overanalyzes. That's true, because I'm a German. Germans, long update times and long stories. That's it. Yeah, they're just bad Germans. Okay, then 6 breakfast, like I said. Then I went up and relaxed a bit. Again, writing and Cindy and FaceTime, but with Android. So what's it called? Google Duo. Talked a bit. Color socks you were wearing? Black ones, as always. I'm always wearing black or dark blue ones. That's me. Good evening, Wolpertinger. How are you? And so, like I said, breakfast, then walked, relaxed for 2 hours, almost fell asleep, but didn't. So I slept, I don't know, 4 hours good sleep, or 3, something like this. I was really beat. The coffee helped a lot. It was good. At 9, I went to the, well, I like his stories, but I'm a German. Yeah, I like my stories too. It's nice to talk about that. That's fun. And so we went to the parking area, and again, you cannot go into the factory. It's not allowed for a private person. And by the way, around the whole area where I was, it's just parking spots. I don't know, many kilometers long, just parking spots and biking where you can put your bikes, and then you go underground, because the Autostadt is here, and then there's a canal, water, a lot of bridges over that, and then I think people can go under it, and then with the key card they can go in. There are many entrances with numbers, and people just park there and go underneath. And there's not a lot of cars all the time. It switches, but of course there's night shift as well. Quarantine for a week now. Miss my ID3. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you're okay. Hope you're feeling okay. Well, like his stories, but he's not wearing those box trousers he had on the last 2 weeks. That's true. These are the second one. I have the other one out there. They were in the wash. I change. Can you believe it? Sometimes I do. Except for this, I only have one rope. So I went to the parking at 9. I walked the dogs again, because I wanted them to be tired when they are in the car for 4 to 5 hours. And then I walked around at the parking, and I saw that there are chargers 15 AC chargers, and so we went back and I drove there, and then plugged in. I had to use WeCharge card. I think it was cheap. I don't even know. I have to look at the Wolfsburg factory with a WeCharge card. It still wasn't for free. In Dresden it was 31 cent. I remember that. The whole thing. I will put that in a video how much it cost. It was a lot of money to drive the 600 the old together 1700 kilometers. Where were we? 11th there, Berliner Ring. What is this? 5 hours, 7 kilowatt hours, 287. What is 287 divided by 6.92? 41 cent. Yuck. Not that cheap. At the Volkswagen factory. Yeah. It should be free. What is the embargo date for this thingy you went to in Wolfsburg? The 21st, tomorrow in a week. When can you talk about it exactly? I'm off to have my break and dinner now. Catch you all soon. Bye, Marty. Or, what did I say? Or, we will still be here when finish a 2-hour dinner break. That's true. Okay, so walk them again. Then at 9:50, I put them in the car. I took their harnesses off and everything, and the seat belts, of course, so they are enclosed in something, but they can roam around free. And I started the heat, and then in the app during the event, every hour I let the heat. It wasn't too cold, and the sun was coming up at that spot too. And I put it at 22 degrees, so every 45 minutes or so I heated the car up for 30 minutes. And during the event I went there and checked on them, and the temperature in the car was good and they were feeling good, so I was happy about that, but I was just felt sorry for them. At the current petrol prices for us ICE drivers, car drivers, even driving to the shops is expensive. That's true. 41 cents is cheap compared to UK. UK petrol prices are going over 160 a liter. We have, I saw 239 for super. When I was still driving ICE car, it was 150 or so. So 80 cents more right now. But before the stupid Ukraine thing, it was at 180 or so. This must be a slow EV news week. Yes. I went through. I never do so much news. I'm sorry. I'm the wrong one for that. Can the app display inside temp? No, but you can select what temp it should heat up. No, it cannot, and I don't know if it can do that with 3.0. I hope so, but I don't know. So how was the event was like this? I went there, then I had to check in the factory thing. I had to show my COVID certificate, and they had the thing with my name. I had to put my passport, my ID there. Guess the EV in your mailbox. I have a mailbox. Downloading. My neighbor is testing a car. God, I can't see. Ooh, Marvel R. Yeah, I can get this car to test. I don't know why. They're idiots, MG. Looks good. Looks good. Not the story is not finished yet, is it? No, it's not. Ah, my camera is freaking out as usual. I don't think it's the camera. I think it's the converter of the... Ooh, that's way too far. Don't need to see that. Don't you? No, like this. That's perfect. So how was the event? Like I said, I had to get a piece of paper that I'm allowed to be in the factory for that day. Then an ID4 with a driver drove me to the actual event. I don't know, we went around for 5 minutes in a weird way. And I was not allowed to drive in front. It has to be in the back seat. No close-up. No. Ah. So drove me to the event. Then I couldn't even open the door. Someone else was opening the door. It's a bit... I don't know, felt a bit weird. It's a bit too much. Come on, we're all normal people. Just drive me there and say, go in there, it's fine, all right. So I went in, then in there I had to go, hey, I'm here because of this and da. Where was the concert in Stockholm? At Falan. Royalty, yes. And I got a little card. Where did I put the card? Was a thing that I had to put on. Red carpet? No, wasn't no red carpet. And then I met Schwungvoll there. I saw him the last time also in Wolfsburg when I was at the ID4 Media Drive. And of course Stefan from Next Move was there. He did interviews with people. I didn't do that. The dog eat the card. No, it's somewhere. Where did I put it? I don't know. I put it somewhere. Maybe it's still in the trunk of Walter. I don't know. And so how it worked, first of all, we waited for an hour. I thought the thing would start at 10:30, but it started at 11 when the people came to do the presentation. So I was mad about that. So my dogs were an hour in the car for nothing. I could have come later. It would have been fine. And then they just talked. Two people talked in a very wide way. What happened before? What happened now? What happens in the future? Is it not Falan? Did I say that wrong? I thought it was the name of the... Sorry, I went for cooking as a French. It's normal. Can you start again, please? Yeah. Yes, and they just talked. And yes, it's okay to have some talk, but for an hour, and then I had a bit of Q&A, but the Q&A was also what's happening. So they talked about something, and then the questions were about something what's coming up, not about the actual thing. So I thought, why are you asking this now? Of course they will say, yes, we're working on it after that, but we can't say when it is. Did they do a story as long as this one? Yeah, it was longer. It was 45 minutes of talks of two people. And then Falun. I thought it was with an A. Are you sure? No, I have to look. No, it's Falan. I was right. Did they talk about what? Chattanooga started production? No, not one word about that. And then Q&A, like I said, questions that I was like, why are you asking this now? And then they put up 4 little islands with an expert and a big TV. And then the expert was explaining different topics of the event. Chris tells a story like Ronnie Corbett, Brits will understand. So boring and long and wide. So I went to the first one, and he explained everything and he showed everything. I had a few questions, and then he said, but you will receive this anyways as press people. And I was like, okay, so I'm listening to you now, but then you send it to me anyways. I mean, might have questions and everything, but it's okay. So the press stuff should come tomorrow on Monday, they said. All of this will come, and then I can make videos about everything, because I didn't film too much of the event, because it was just German people talking, and the questions I had couldn't be answered or weren't answered, so I watched the first thing with the first expert, then the second one, and at the second one I was like, okay, this info is not too new. I knew that there was driving event 2. Can I drive? So I asked someone, how about the driving? And I said, yes, we will drive. We will test this, and then later you can drive. You can test this here. And I was like, okay, how long will it take? 1.5 hours. And I was like, 1.5 hours to test this? It takes 10 minutes. What are we doing the rest of the time? And then, oh, maybe you want to do this. Can we make it shorter? Again, I had my dogs in my mind waiting so long, but also thought, why the hell would I need 90 minutes to test 3 things or 4 things? no way I need to do it that long. And she said, we can make a shorter trip, half an hour, and then you do the other test here that takes 20 minutes or so. And I said, that's perfect. And I filmed the drive, we tested the thing, it worked amazing. They did great work on that, that's cool. And then we came back, tested the other thing, and that also worked really cool. It's just nice that my car will never get that. I know that already. Any word on the shutdowns at factories? Nope, because they don't know either. They know they need the parts from the Ukraine. They try to get them from somewhere else. And then they can do this, and then it's still chip shortage and stuff like that. Yeah, is Volkswagen producing any decals, or are the factories still closed because of the cable harness shortage? Hey, Los Peter. Zwickau was closed for a week, and Dresden also. I don't know if they already started production yet. If the Volkswagen time is normal time, times 3. Now I get you. So I don't know if they already started production again. I'm pretty sure it will go through the news. If you Google it, you will know. This is something they communicate with the press people. The thing wasn't about that. So I tested all of this, and it was really cool. The footage was good. I filmed from outside and inside, and me and everything. You know, beautiful car. Sounds like automatic parking. And then what was else? Yeah, then I went in, and I knew there were still 2 topics that I wasn't there, and before I drove, I went to the dogs and looked if they're okay, and then they drove me back. Just got home, 500-kilometer drive today, Atlantic Ocean Road. Cool, that sounds fun. So I came back and already told them that I won't be staying that much longer. If someone can drive me after the test drive, if they can drive me to my car, so I can get home, and it's fine. We're organizing the shuttle, and then I'm going to guess they are showing a larger sedan. No. Wasn't a new car. He does not remember much, as there was lots of women in very short skirts lying on the cars. Nah, it was so windy. It was extremely windy there. I put up my tripod with a little action camera, and the wind blew it over. I had to put it on against the tree, so with the wind, so it wouldn't go over. It was so much wind. The day before was nothing, and then so much wind. So extremely strong wind. So almost gusts of wind. I don't know how you say that. Where when the wind was the strongest, you couldn't move forward. So strong. It was woof, but just for a second, and then And I went in, and I wanted to go to the 2 other topics, but both of them were just busy with someone else. I was okay. Now I have to wait 20 minutes till they're done, and then I need half an hour or 40 minutes till the rest is. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm getting the info anyways. I want to go home, and I want the dogs to be home. And I know. This is a job, but when you still work part-time and then do this, and you drive that far to Wolfsburg, and then you know that you have to drive 7 hours home, I was not willing to wait another hour, so I said, I'm going home. They brought me to the car, I walked the dogs again, and then we went home. So at 2:45 I was on my way home, got all the way to Nempitz Ionity, which is 160 kilometers or so. I started with 100%. The car was always AC charging to 100%, and then I preheated the car the whole time for the dogs, so it was at 100%, and I could just go. I really think I didn't miss anything. Maybe there would have been questions I could have asked. I didn't get the press info yet. This should come tomorrow. I'm sure I would have had questions for the 2 people that I didn't see. It would have been interesting, but for me it was like, no, it's not worth it. There's 2 questions. I'm sure I can get if I have a question, I can still ask it this week. I have few other questions that nobody talked about when I was there, that I'm sure those two people also wouldn't know, that I hope can be answered till I make the videos. I have 2 videos driving, and I have the videos of going there and back, and then I want to make a video of the main topic, and then another one. So it will be 6 videos of this one trip, so that's okay. And there will be a lot of info in there, a lot of info, but I do it differently. So Stefan from Next Move and the others, they do the press part. So they interviewed people and do normal stuff with the info they get. I wanted it a bit more detailed, and they couldn't give me that. So for me, it's more as I do it more for the owners, for you, so the people who have ID3s, ID4s, and so on. Now you know what it is. And and for myself, and so I have different questions that they have, and again, this was more marketing stuff, and I don't know, that wasn't needed at all. There was a different event a year ago that was just online. I found that way more informative, and I didn't have to go to Wolfsburg and stay overnight and take a day off work and all of this. Next time we want pictures with the story. Yeah, I can't do that. Well, I have pictures here, but there's nothing on there. There's one picture that I cannot show you. That's Himmelkron. That's the dogs in the car. That's the tiny bed where I see the 2 dogs, and I should be in there as well. How the hell would I sleep? I have to check. Not this. This was then the other room with a double bed, but this was in the evening. That's a parking lot that's 10 miles long in Wolfsburg. Which cars will get it? A lot of cars will get it. Not all get all the features. This is the X-rated photo. Volkswagen should take the Enyaq Coupe and build it themselves under their badge too. Yeah, I wanted to get the thing, but they didn't give me. Skoda doesn't like me yet. I have to get them somehow. So you can see that, but how uneven it is. It goes up and down. It's totally uneven. That's in the next morning. The puppies. That was my breakfast. This is the 15 euro, almost 16 euros breakfast. It's shameful, and the rolls weren't even amazing. Yeah, that looks like a bug on the ceiling, but it's not. This is a map from Great Britain up there, and this is the location where they built the bus at some point, and this is a tiny little Volkswagen bus, so not the electric one. And this is also next morning when we relaxed a bit. Then that's Volkswagen headquarters, and see parking, and behind the parking is then train, and then behind that then there's water. And this is the picture you've seen today on the thing. That's picture I can show you. That is at the event, and here in the back would have been what the event is about, but I can't show you that today. That's the 2 people talking. I can show you that because it has nothing about the event. That's Silke Bakshik talking, and it just shows an ID3, but it says nothing what the event was about. And that's already on my way home. That's in Neumarkt. That's the puppies when they were home. They were so happy. And that's in the evening when they were dead tired. And that's the morning. That's the morning after. When I arrived. And that's my food for the next day. And then the puppy sleeping. That's it. Okay. Maybe it has truffles? No. Chris going to stock Skoda. I want to talk. I talked to them if I can be invited, but then I saw Autogefühl already testing it. If you want to see a very uneven parking lot, go to Kaiserwiese in Landshut in Bavaria. Okay, but it was really like this. I mean, it was going on for many hundreds of meters, but you can see, oh my God, it was fun to see that at night. Okay, so I went home at 2:45 and I thought, no, today I'm driving my normal speed. I'm not gonna charge too much. I'm just gonna go. So I drove 140 home. It was, like I said, very windy the first 200 kilometers to Leipzig. In Nempitz, in Leipzig, the Nempitz Ionity, I arrived with another ID3 at the same time. There was nobody charging at Ionity. Then we both charged. Then an ID4 came and an e-tron and an Ioniq 5. So 5 cars were charging and one charger in Nempitz doesn't work, and that's since last year when I was there. So at least since December of 2020, this charger doesn't work. I don't know why they're not fixing that. And the other ID3 driver also had a first edition, and he recognized me and we talked a bit. What is the update on ID3 to be built in China? Well, no idea. I'm the wrong person to ask. I have no idea if there are plans. The same for the States or North America. No plans yet. I mean, they're always planning and looking if it would be worth, but I don't know if they do. But right now, with chip shortage and everything, and they cannot even produce the cars for Europe, so I don't think so. This will be for a while. So we talked a bit. I told him what the event was about. You should find out who he is. He would know. That was funny. I talked a bit, I walked the dogs, and then I thought, okay, I could again, on the way home, by the way, a better route planner didn't work very well. It always told me that this Ionity doesn't work, but it did, and wanted to lead me somewhere else, and I didn't want to go there. It was a weird charger where I was like, no, I'm not gonna charge there, that's weird. If you fell asleep during this story, put your hand up. So I wanted to go to, so I turned it off, a better route planner. I was like, it's not working. I'm just doing Ionity, so I go to Himmelkron next, and it's 160 kilometers, and I go with my margin 40 kilometers more, so I had to charge 200 kilometers, which was 85 or 90% or so. It took a while. And by the way, one thing before that. So that's also very interesting. It was stressful for me during the week. So in this phone, I have 2 SIM cards. One SIM card that is for free. That's my main phone number that I have for many, many years. And a second SIM card that has data. So the first SIM card has data, but only 100 megabytes. It's for free. And the second card is for 2 gigabytes a month, and I can do live stream because I can do unlimited data for a day or whatever. But Cindy went to Sweden, and I wanted her to have good internet and as much as she wanted, so she can find her place, so she can buy the ticket for the tram, and Google Maps is working, and if she has to research something and all of this, that this works. So I gave her the data card. So I had 100 megabytes to go with a better route planner which is downloading everything, or even if I would do Google Maps, it has to download maps and everything, to Wolfsburg and back. So 14 hours minimum of driving with 100 megabytes. And I thought that wouldn't work. So, sounds like Netzclub. No, it's 1 and 1. 1 and 1 is the free one, and the other one is Telekom D1. I don't know, Magenta, whatever, the small one. So I looked in the free SIM card came with the home internet. So I checked it, and it said that you can buy 500 megabyte for €5 extra if you need it. So I thought, okay, they're using Otuna, which is crap over here. No, they changed to the normal Telecom one. They changed that a while ago. So I I thought it's 500 megabyte, that's fine. I can buy it on the way there, on the way back if I need more. That's all cool, it will be fine. So on the day before, on Wednesday, before I went on a trip, I bought that and it said, yes, it's all fine. In a few minutes it will show up in your access thing, whatever. It will show that you have 500 megabytes more. And I had 100 at that time because I never used that data. And I waited a few minutes, nothing happened. Of course it's crazy expensive, but it's for free, the whole SIM card, that's why they're doing that. Falun, are you a bit late? Somebody is late, Jonas. And so I tried it again, nothing happened, and so I called. Hello, blah, 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 blah. I want the 500 megabyte that I can see, but it doesn't work. So he tried it, didn't work. What is your tips for long drive with ID3? Drive fast, only high power chargers, arrive with 10% charge to get to the next charger in with 30 to 40 kilometers of margin. That's the fastest if this is your priority, getting fast somewhere. But arrive at the charger with low state of charge. If you want to save money, just drive slow. If you want to drive without thinking, use a better route planner with the OBD dongle, so the state of charge is in there, and do the planning with that. That's the best if it works. He tried it on the phone, it didn't work. Then he said, okay, I have to connect you to someone else. Then I talked to a different person, he looked and he said, sorry, this is not available for your account. So I said, well, it showed up in my account that I can buy it, and I was counting on it because I need it tomorrow. And then he said, okay, please wait, I will look. And then it took 5 minutes. Then he came on the phone. Hello, we have a suggestion. If you order a new card, and when it gets to you and you cancel it right away, you have automatic 500 megabytes of data every month. Because we don't have this account with the 100 megabytes anymore, you don't have 500 every month. It's just, that's how it is. And I said, okay, can I have it tomorrow? No, you can't. So I don't need it. I need the data tomorrow. Is there any way you can do this? No, we can't. Okay, so I hung up. Drive slowly, don't be American. Hi, do anyone know how to fix the connection status error in the ID3? I haven't been able to get the car online for a week. Have you tried the Fuse 19 thing? That's the only thing. Or it's something with the car that's not good. One of those two things that you have to go to a dealer. I had no connection to the internet, I think a few hours one time, but that was it. And so I was, okay, I don't have data for tomorrow on the way to Wolfsburg and then the next day back. What do I do? So I thought and thought, what do I do? What do I do? I have no idea. And then I remembered, ID3 has internet connection. I can buy internet for ID3 for Walter and connect via Wi-Fi to the car and have internet on the way there, on the way back. And then the 100 megabyte I have on this for free, I can use while I'm walking or something. I don't need to watch videos or anything, just messages and whatever, that's fine. And so I looked it up, registered the car, and there's even 1 gigabyte for free for the first time when you use it. So I was like, woohoo, I'm doing this. So I had 1 gigabyte and it worked right away, and I didn't even use it, I used 700 megabytes or so. So does ID3 have O2? I think so. Or does it have Vodafone? I think it has Vodafone, but not D1. But it worked perfect. I had internet the whole time, the maps worked the whole time, Spotify worked. I was in contact with Cindy a few times, sending pictures, receiving pictures. It worked no O2 was one in one, my other internet. I think ID3 has D2 net, so Vodafone, I think so. So it worked perfectly. Okay, way home. Not done with the story. 106 people here for me telling the story on the way back from Wolfsburg. Like I said, Nempitz, It was, by the way, the 2 days were beautiful. There was not one cloud in the sky. It was extremely cold in the morning and during the night, but up to 14 degrees during the day. It was sunny and nice. So on the way there, I didn't need much heat. The Siemens i3 roams with all 3 networks. Oh, I had no idea. And yes, on the way home, of course, it got dark after 7. And where was I at 7? I drove at 4:45. Nempitz, Himmelkron was still bright out. Then Neumarkt. I think in Neumarkt it was already dark. Yeah, Neumarkt was dark. This is when I took that a picture there. And every stop again, I walked the dogs. And in Nempitz, I charged way too long to 85%. In yeah, it was way too, maybe even 90. Can't remember, but way too long. It's roaming in the i3 series in Germany. Oh, I wouldn't know. I'm sorry. It just works, and it works better. In the beginning, I had a time very often the message offline and whatever for a short time. But since then, I don't have that anymore. Since 2.3, it works really good. And like I said, the internet worked flawlessly on the way there and back. All highway, of course. So Neumarkt and then Straubing and then home. And we arrived at home at 10 minutes after 10. I think 7 minutes. I have it on my camera outside, my surveillance camera. So we drove 7 hours and 20 minutes. Even though I charged too long, if I on 2 or 3 chargers, and I charged 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Last time just 10 minutes or so. And the first time was a long time. I arrived with 10% or maybe even less and charged up to 85 or 90, I can't remember. If you want it easy, get your driver to do all the work. Yeah, that's true. And like I said, we drove 7 hours, 20 minutes. If I would have taken other chargers, would have and not charged that long and not walked the dogs. You know, you charge and then I could go now, but you have to put the dogs in, put the seatbelt on, get in, blah blah blah, and if you drive alone, you arrive at the thing, maybe go to pee, but the rest you're waiting in the car till you are at the state of charge that you need. Then you stop and you just go. It's just way faster. I would have arrived maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes earlier. But that's it. And the last 40 kilometers, as usual, from Straubing home, I drive top speed. I just want to get home, and I know that it will be fine with consumption, and I will arrive because the last 15 kilometers is then country road. It's all good. We arrived at 10. I had to unpack everything, clean a few things, and shower and whatever, and we went to bed after 12. I woke up extremely early, a bit after 5, because I'm just used to get up at 5. Very exhausted. I think Cindy woke me up because I had the phone still on not on mute, because if she has something, and then because she was on the Cubic Telecom for Swedish ID's internet connection. It's the same here, but I don't know what network that is. But it was the data I bought from Cubic Telecom. So Cindy had her concert on at the time when I was driving home from Wolfsburg, and she wrote me the whole time, okay, I'm in the tram to the concert, I'm at the concert, I'm in the concert, it's starting, concert is over, I'm on the tram home, I'm in the hotel. How was the concert? Concert was great, they played amazing. The problem for her, she's 150, she was totally in the front, there were millions of people, and she said she couldn't enjoy it that much because it was so and the sound at that spot where she wasn't that great. But if she would have been far behind, she wouldn't have seen anything. what else was, and she said she had to wait an hour outside in the freezing cold, and then inside was still cold in the beginning, so she was just cold and she was exhausted because she didn't sleep that great either. We're just so home buddies. We sleep only good at home. That's just how we are. Petrol and diesel price has gone up. Do you think people who own lease EVs have made good decision by not going for petrol and diesel cars? What is the price now in Germany? Who's sending me a message? Instagram. Lars Peter, as always, gets a nice bridge. That's one nice bridge. That looks like fun. That looks like fun. Small ladder, yeah, it's true. It's usually a Volkswagen backend problem resolves if you wait long enough, but 1 week is a long time. My longest time is 5 days, some people prefer 16. Yeah, he knows. Yesterday I received the first part of 2.3 update. Today I did not receive second part. So how long does an average take to wait for the second part? Thank you for great Sunday evenings. Thank you, Lovro. Do you see that the update is downloading? So if you go under system and software version, you can see that if it's started to download. Usually you should see something. But on 2.1, sometimes this is gone and still downloading. For me, I remember I was looking that it would start and I saw it starting, and I thought, this takes so long, I park it, and then it was downloading while it was parked, which it shouldn't do usually. Has anyone got 3.0 yet? No. You might not receive the second part. I think Volkswagen might freeze again the updates. Really? I hope not. They will inform us end of March for those not received the 2.3. The Atlantic route in Norway. That's true. That's where Peter was. He's lost Peter. Sorry, not Peter. Can't even know the name. Can't even read. My members here. A very cool road. Another 20 hours for a journey home story. That's true. So she updated me on the whole thing, and then next morning at 5 a.m. she messaged me again and said, I didn't sleep at all. I'm so beat. Her flight was scheduled to be at 6:40 or so. She would arrive in Munich at 10:50, something like that. It's a two-hour, 10-minute flight. I can't stay that long. I'm trying to get home. I asked Lufthansa if there's another flight, and they told me it's 95 euros extra. But I needed the phone number, and I didn't know where the phone number was for the card that you gave me. So I gave her the number, and then she called, and they said, no, now it's 150 euros. And she was, no, I'm not paying 150 euros just to fly home. What was it? 5 hours, no more. 7 hours earlier. I'm not doing that. And then she waited a bit, and I said, oh, I'm so sorry that you have to stay longer. She was so beat. She red eyes, puffy eyes, and so tired, and she just wanted to come home. Yeah, we're both homebodies, as you can hear. We're horrible when we're not home. And so I walked the dogs and everything, and then I got a message. Okay, I'm in a chat with Lufthansa again, and I'm trying to find out if there's a different price when I do it again. And then I don't know, 10 minutes later, okay, I found out it's still 95 euros. I booked it. I will leave at 11 something. Will arrive at 2:05 in Munich. And I was like, okay, that's great. So she would come home early, 7 hours earlier. So at 12, I relaxed a bit, ate, and then at 12 I went to Freising. I didn't want to have to charge on the way home. It's 1.5 hours, 150 kilometers there and 150 back. I didn't want her to have to charge on the way home, so she could get home as fast as possible. So I drove a bit earlier, and I charged to 94% or something. Who wants to try powerful acceleration on Atlantic Bridge with ID3? He was there with a Polestar 2, so he has more powerful acceleration. And so I charged at the City Watt in Freising, where I was with the Model Y. Charged there, went to the airport. We arrived at the airport and she just came out. It was perfect. Went into the car, talked a bit. She was dead tired, drove home. And then we both went to bed at 7 p.m. yesterday. So that's her normal time, but not my normal time. And I slept almost 11 hours. This is how tired I was and beat, and I was deprived of sleep. I think we turned off the lights at 7:20, and I turned around, was gone, and woke up at 6:15 or something. So really almost 11 hours. I was, and then the whole day I was still tired. And I ate the whole day. I didn't eat them. Every time when I'm going out and there's an event, I'm not drinking enough, I'm not eating enough. Drinking you can do while driving, but eating is a problem. And then when I was charging, now we are tired, of course, because every time I was charging, I was walking the dogs, and then I was filming a bit, and oh my god, and then okay, I have to go, so I didn't eat. So I didn't eat enough in 2 days, 2.5 days. I didn't sleep enough, and so I did everything today. But tomorrow is normal work. What's coming up? I'm getting finally, after I don't know how many months, I'm getting a Ford Mustang Mach-E next Friday for a test drive from a dealer in Poking, just for a day. So we'll be doing my 130 kilometers an hour range test, charging test, driving test, and so how it's driving, and that's it. So 4 or 5 hours or so. I finally got also an answer from the dealership in Plattling, you know, the big dealership where I was in November, and they told me they want to work with me. And we have Audi, Volkswagen, Cupra, Seat, and Skoda, and Porsche. And they will give me cars, and then I show I show the dealership a bit, and they have a very nice concept where if you go there and you buy an electric car, you also get the charger for home and the installation. They will do everything. Really great idea, and they have a little showroom for everything with a lot of wall boxes, not just the one from Volkswagen. And I got the Cupra Born from them. And finally I got back that I should call someone about the Audi Q4 e-tron, because I want to test that, so we'll see. Aren't you worried that for the next few years you may be reviewing cars almost nobody will be able to get? Not just because of the price, but also shortages of neon nickel chips. I'm not worried about that, because even if the cars are not get, people are interested and still want to see it. And I think it's even more. So if people can get the cars, they're even more interested about the cars. They want to see more. Mach-e too expensive, suspension too firm, that is bouncy, kind of over-designed, review done. No, I want to see it and drive it. I saw one a few in Himmelkron. There was a Mach-e charging, and at 60% or so we had above 100 kilowatt. That looked good. He just charged for 5 minutes or so and then left. I haven't driven one. I asked the Ford press team many times. I never got an answer, and I wrote again 2 weeks ago, and they said no, you're not getting a car. We are very sorry. Mercedes is not giving me a car anymore. Renault is not giving me a car anymore. I'm guessing I'm just too honest. I say what I really think about the car, and I show problems and but also good stuff, but no, they don't want to give me a car anymore. Yeah, Volkswagen doesn't have a car right now. They're waiting till all the cars in the test pool have 3.0, so that will be a while. Then I want to get the ID4 GTX. So my plan is, like I said, this week Ford Mustang Mach-E, next week hopefully Audi e-tron Q4. and then hopefully at some point gets also next week getting a bit information out there. And then beginning of April I have holidays and I'm getting the Volvo C40. I'm excited about that. And then afterwards Ioniq 5 rear-wheel drive. And then there's 2 weeks nothing, and then I get the Škoda Enyaq all-wheel drive. That would be nice too. European Ford is supposed to use MEB for the EVs. Do you know, will Volkswagen make them, or will Ford make them with a license themselves? I think Ford makes them with a license themselves. I think it's done like that. Yeah, that was my story about Wolfsburg. Wasn't that a big story? That was over an hour. Nobody who lends you i440? Nope, nobody. I asked BMW the beginning of February, and they said we will most likely getting press calls at the end of February. I will contact you as soon as I know something, and haven't heard back. The car dealer in Posa, where I got the iX40 and the iX M50, said the i4 is so in use that they can give me a car. Then I asked again, what about in the evening? So I can get it right before you close and bring it back during the night, so next morning you have it for next house, but no answer. How many cars have you in the garage right now? One? I always have only one. At work, sometimes I have two. My highest was 3. At some point I had my ID3 at work. I still had the Volvo XC40, and I got a new press car, the Hyundai Kona at one point. That was the highest number of cars I ever had. But the XC40 was picked up that afternoon, and the Kona arrived in the morning. That's why. So usually when I have a test car, I have 2 cars, but 90% during the year I have 1 car. I only have them maximum of 2 weeks, some cars only for 1 week. And if I get it from a car dealer, maximum of 2 days, mostly just 1 day. And that's why the videos are a bit different. And what the car dealer is also a problem with press cars. I can drive kilometers what I want, and with a car from a dealership, they say I can drive 300 or 400 kilometers. For example, I could have gotten an EQS, Mercedes EQS in Regensburg, but I could only drive 150 kilometers with it. And I was okay, I can test drive it, say what I think about it. So 1 video, and they wanted 2,500 euros deposit for a test drive. Not doing that. What the hell is it? So I said no. But maybe at some point I asked them again just to do a little test drive and do that. Maybe just for that. Or I asked them again if they're willing to let me drive 300 kilometers. Huh? What about that? But I asked then, I think, 10 or 15 other Mercedes dealerships in an area of 200 kilometers around me, and I even didn't, mostly I didn't get anything back, and the others said, we don't have one, or sorry, we can't give you a car to test. And I know the reason, because my videos are English, and it's very unlikely that somebody living close to the Mercedes dealer where they sell that would see my video and buy a car because of that. Better test EQE, EQS is too big, expensive. Yeah, EQE will still be a while. I asked Mercedes if I can be invited to events like that, but no reply. So I doubt that 20,000 subscribers is already a good number for that. It has to be more. 300 kilometers equals 500 euro deposit, 5,000 euros. I don't know, but I will ask them again at some point, and if they maybe changed. Why not also do German tests? Yeah, the problem is this with German tests, so I have to do double the work, number 1. Number 2, there are so many German YouTube channels that do something with electric cars. So many, I would say 30? Just for Germany, and a lot of big ones too. So nobody, almost nobody would watch my videos, and even about ID3 and whatever. I'm just I wouldn't grow. Then the first 1,000 subscribers I cannot even monetize, so I do it for free. So it's double the work, but nothing comes back. I thought about it. I'm not doing it on this channel. I just did one German video on this channel because I did a sponsored video and they asked me to do it in German. I told them that I never did a German video. Not a lot of people will watch it and not a lot of people did. Totally understandable. The English version was for OBD11. The English version had 10,000 views and the German version only 2,000 views. And the interesting thing that the English had still 10% German people watching it, which is the average for every video. So it looked like that German people that are subscribed to my channel still watch the English video, and the other 2,000 were people that aren't subscribed. So I thought about it, don't worry, I thought about it, but I decided against it. If at some point I'm not working anymore and just doing YouTube, I can maybe try to do it in German as well, to do with everything I do 2 videos, maybe. But right now it's just too much work and it's just too much going on. And I noticed in English, so doing my videos in English is way better for me for growth, income, and also with whom your English better than your German. That's also true. That the people I'm connecting to is way better in English than it is in German, because it's a wider area. It's not just 3 countries, it's a bit more. What was the percentage of non-German watching the German version? It was also high. I'm guessing people just went there to listen. How does the German video sound like? I think it was that. Let's look. It has now 3,000 views and the English one has 13. Go to analytics, audience. The age in the German one is way higher. It's 55 to 64 years old. And that's the thing. Can you see? Where am I? Germany 36%, United Kingdom 7%, Netherlands 4%, but Germany of course 36%. And if I go to the other video, first of all, they're younger, they're 45 to 54. And the first one is United Kingdom, as usual, 21%. And then Germany is 7%, which is pretty high. And if I take a different video, for example, let's take the driving with the bus, the ID bus, also 12,000 views, the same age, the same 45 to 54. And here Germany is higher, it's 12%. So it's United Kingdom, then 12. And then the States is very interested in the bus. Interesting. Fuel cell car, nobody was interested in that. How many countries have you visited so far? Do you prefer to drive long when you travel across Europe? Do you mean what I have visited with the ID3? With ID3 I've been to nowhere. I think I haven't been outside the country with the ID3. With the car before, I was in Austria, Czech Republic. All my life personally I was in those 3, Hungary, in Switzerland, in France, in Canada, in the States for 2 hours. Czech Republic, sorry. Yeah, I'm bad with that. I never know stuff. I watched the German version. I want to watch German. I go to Björn. No Austria in Walter. No, I haven't even been to Austria with Walter. When did I go to Austria? I went there to fuel up, or on holidays, and then there was COVID exactly when ID3 started. Once you do the German version, you can do a Japanese version too. Yeah, that was racist. I'm sorry. Okay, story time is over. We talked. I'm going to bed. I yawn first. Yeah, this week, 2 videos on Tuesday, or maybe Thursday, Saturday. I want to try something. I heard from a big YouTube store that videos have to be uploaded on Thursday and Saturday. That's the best time to post a video. I don't know why. Maybe this is just the States. He's from the States. What do you think about this? In Hamburg, they had a protest corsa with 500 costs against the fuel prices. What are you gonna do with the fuel prices? It's not Germany's fault that that the fuel price is increased. That's the companies who make the money, and they're buying it from somewhere, and now the prices are higher. Refreshing my bad German. So 2 videos are coming. One with Android Auto, testing it with OBD in ID3 on the drive to Dresden when I did the ID Bus test drive, and then the video with the dogs yesterday. Still have to edit that to Wolfsburg. A week later, when the embargo stops, there will be I guess 1 video a day for a few days. I know 2 for sure, and I hope I get the info for other 2. And then 1 of 6 videos. What was the 5th video? Okay, the 2 drives. Oh god. Then the main video, and then this video, and then the drive. Now it will be 4 videos on the event, and the one with the drive there, and then the hopefully the Ford Mustang videos will be more videos. Will be 3 videos or so, and then yeah, hopefully then something happens. Okay, a bit more. Okay. Thank you all for being here. You mentioned over the replay a little while ago. Yes, I did, and my members and Patreons already watched the video for a week. It's already done for a while, but I haven't posted it yet because I was busy. LED fuel was 250 today. For us, it's 240 or something. Wonder what the sales are on EVs in Russia, and do they even have a charging network? I have no idea. And then, yeah, that's me. That's so me. So a better route planner video is coming this week, and the dog video is also coming this week. And then Friday, hopefully, get the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Well, it was planned so far. Hope the weather is okay. Well, it's March, it should be better. And then, yes, I don't know if I do a live stream on that day. We'll see. Again, thanks for being here. Enjoyed it very much. Me talking for 1.5 hours, blah, blah, blah. You all take care. Can't wait for the dog video, for real. We'll see how it is. It's a movie reference. Oh, I don't know. I'm not good at that. That's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye. Intro. Nice picture, especially with the nuclear power plant in the back.